guys, George from KG Royals here. Today I'm going to be doing an update on our snake room as well as just us in general. So sit back and enjoy, and if you do like the video, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Turn that post notification bell on and we'll jump right to it. So as you already know, we've got the big rack behind us, just there. That has currently got all of our grow-ons and our breeder males and females in there. The one on this side to me is all of our females, and then the one directly behind me is all of our males. Nearly all the snakes in here are going to be ready to breed this year or 2021 winter time. Some of the babies that we've seen in other videos, particularly our males, have now actually matured to breeder weight and are actually currently breeding. So that's quite interesting and exciting. Since the last video you've seen, we have had a few clutches. We did do most of the revealings on our Instagram instead of on here, sadly, but I will be showing you some of the babies that we hatched, as well as some of our potential parents for this winter as well. So again, stay tuned for that. But yeah, again, the big rack is still where it is, and as it is, it's a 10 high 33 litre Herb Exotics, and we have two of them. Some of them have dividers in them, but most of them now don't, because the snakes have gotten so big that they take up a 33 on their own. But that is the adult rack, and that is this portion of the room. So one of the new updates in the room is that we have another Herb Exotic rack. It's another 33. This one, however, is currently for our hatchlings and our breeding pair of corns. So in here we've got Bubblegum, there she is. And then in this bottom one here, we've got Finn, who is in deep blue, bless him. So they have these whole tubs to themselves. It is feeding day, that's why everybody's kind of near the front. As you can see, we've got some hoggles in there. Again, they're in a divided 33, whereas this one is a triple divided 33. So this row here are some of the babies we produced. We've got our Mojave from clutch number 1. We have a Mystic from clutch number 2. And another Mystic from the same clutch. That Mojave was the only baby that survived from our first clutch, sadly. But she, with the rest, are getting there slowly. This baby here is one of the only ones in our second clutch to feed on its own yet. The others are being assist fed, which is a bit of a pain. And then this last top drawer, let's close that one probably. This last top drawer is kind of the jewels of the gems. We have a super pastel Mystic Coral Glow baby there, who is already spoken for. We have a real pretty pastel, and we have the banana pastel. So these babies, sadly the colors aren't really coming through. So I'm just gonna, sorry I got tagged, that's what that jolt was. That baby there is not very happy. So I'm just going to quickly grab her using a little hook. So there is our pastel baby. Again, the color is not great just because the lighting in the room, but she is super pretty. I'm actually using a pair of feeding forceps to grab the baby just because they're blunt. It stops me from getting bit, because again, it is feeding day today. So I will be feeding these guys later, so I'm not going to disturb them too much. But there we go. So out of this clutch, we had 6 babies, and we are only keeping one of them. I will show you that baby in a minute. But this is our hatchling rack. So that is one of the newer updates that we got. And then moving straight above, ignore the mug, we have 2 of our crusty babies here and here. They're our last 2 for the season. We have the dad in the big tank that needs to be cleaned. Where we missed it every day, it does tend to get a bit of water build up, but we will clean it very soon. 2 more babies. The mum, who is up there. She's right in the back. There she is. And then we have a 5th baby. So that is all our cresty stuff. These guys will be going up for sale. Sadly, we are downsizing our lizards. So we'll be getting rid of our crested geckos and our leopard geckos, because we're focusing more heavily on our snakes, like our corns, our hoggies, and our royals. So if you are interested in some crested geckos or in some leopard geckos, our leopard geckos are up on our morph market, which is KG Royals. If you're interested on the Cresteds, they're not yet up on the morph, so DM us on Instagram or message us on Facebook, and we can work something out. We are Newport based, so if you are further than that, we may have to courier. But that is our current Cresty colony. They will be going shortly soon though, so do snatch them whilst you can. So this baby here is our holdback from clutch number 2, which was the pastel Coral Glow Mystic male to the pastel female. This is what we believe to be our super pastel mystic female. This is the only one we're keeping back because it's the only mystic combo that was not already in the parents, because our Coral Glow male is a male maker. So this was the only way we were going to get a female mystic combo out of that clutch, is without having the Coral Glow in it, and she is super pretty. She has started eating on her own. Again, I'm not going to hold her out for too long just because it is feeding night to night and I want her to eat, but she is one of the only babies that in our second clutch that is eating on its own, along with that first mystic I showed earlier. But again, sadly this one's staying with us, so if you are interested in our mystic stuff, we have some normal mystics again like I showed earlier. All of that first clutch and second clutch babies will be up for sale when they are eating properly, again on our morph. But this is the 6th baby from the clutch number 2, and she is Cersei, and she is our super pastel mystic. And finally, this is the last of the updates in our snake room. What was the current wardrobe setup that we had going on for quarantine is now sadly full of junk. So this is all the kind of things we don't normally use or don't use very often. That's why it's looking a bit messy. Again, it is actually usually behind closed doors, but it kind of keeps all the mess away, keeps the room looking tidier. But this is our corn rack. This is all our baby corns. As you can see there, it is just a heat strip in the back that kind of goes all the way down on the rows. So B is the name of the second clutch, and then A is the first clutch. So we have A6 and A3 because the first clutch had 8 babies in it. So these are the last 2 that I left from that clutch. They have already been sold and they're off to good homes. And then B is our second clutch, and we had 8 solid babies from the second clutch. It was a double clutch, the second clutch, so some of the babies sadly didn't make it. They were deformed or had severe kinks in them. Speaking of kinks, this little dude here, who is at the front of his tub, which says kinky on it, never mind the innuendo, actually has a very small kink on the lower third of his tail. It is further past its vent, so even if it is a girl, it will not be sold for breeding purposes, purely because we don't want to risk it. But if it's a male, it could still breed, but again, we'd rather it go to a pet home. But he is eating and passing food, so again, the kink isn't affecting him in any way or shape or form. It is just cosmetic. Bless him, he knows his feeding day. Again, so a few more of these corns are actually already spoken for, but we do have a few left. We've got some A-males and some normals, and I believe a few candy canes. So if you're interested in corns instead of our lizards or royals, we do have some of those as well. But that is our corn snake rack that we have, that I built with Mum. We did it ourselves. We just went to IKEA and bought a little set of shelving, and then I pre-drilled all the holes and everything and put the heat tape through it. It is thermostated up because we like to keep everything nice and safe. But that is the last update for this room. So we've got the baby rack for corns. We also have the 33 for the royals and our current breeder corn sinks as well. And then obviously we have the big breeder rack. We do still have the same incubators and all the other accessories from other videos, so if you haven't seen those, go check those out as well. But this is just a little update video on what's changed since our last video in the last 6 months, as well as some of the equipment we got. If you want a bit more of an in-depth update on our royals, drop a comment below. I will be doing a few more regular videos now. I want to try and get back into some of the updates and different content for you guys on our channel. So do smash that like button and hit subscribe. It does mean the world to us, and it does kind of motivate me to keep making these videos. So stay tuned, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it.